What's going on, guys? It's Unknown Player here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the ASM1 after its patch, of course, and everything you need to know about this weapon, how it stands. And if you didn't know, there was recently a balancing patch to hit Advanced Warfare. It rebalanced a lot of weapons, and this is one of them. If you want to know what else was in the patch, I'll link my video on it in the description. But in short, this thing had a maximum damage range increase. So what that means is that where this weapon has 0 drop-off and it's doing the most amount of damage it possibly can, that range has been increased. So essentially, your range where you can do maximum damage has been extended a little bit, so you can stand a little bit further back and still get your maximum damage bullets, which makes it a 3-shot kill. So your 3-shot kill radius has basically been made a little bit bigger. So this is how it has become a little bit better. And is it now overpowered? Is it now the best weapon in the game? I definitely do not think so. I think this game is still assault rifle dominant, and the BAL is still one of the best weapons, even after the patch. In all situations, I think the BAL is just a more versatile weapon, even though it did catch a nerf in its patch and it is now a little bit weaker at long ranges. I feel like this weapon, the ASM1, is much more tolerable than it used to be, but it still isn't by no means like a super powerful weapon. I'm not sure if it's the best SMG, to be honest. It's still a close call between this and the KF5, another submachine gun, of course, and essentially they're both very, very useful at different situations. The KF5 has a longer range, so when it drops off, it doesn't drop off as badly as this ASM1, whereas this ASM1 can actually be really bad at long range and does have quite a bad drop off. It can be a 5 and over 5 shot kill, and so that is the long range, whereas close range, obviously the ASM1 is going to be a little bit better because it has an extended 3-shot kill, and so the KF5 is going to be able to get 3-shot kills at a very shorter distance than the ASM1. So essentially that's how it works. KF5 is better at long range, ASM1 is better at close range, and it's very interesting how the two kind of work together. If you want to know a good class setup for this gun, the ASM1, I'll put a link in the description to a class setup video about this weapon. It's all based around rushing, objective play, and being up in the enemy's faces, and with this patch is now even more relevant. So definitely check that video out, and if you want to see a good kind of class build and the attachments and perks you want to be running on a weapon like the ASM1. But in terms of the best SMG, I would still think I might go for the KF5, only because it's a longer range, and usually it has that ability where the first few bullets actually give bonus damage, which is really cool. So if you get into the habit of reloading a lot, then this will kill some people really, really quickly, and usually that'll be the case if you're starting off with a fresh magazine. And the ASM1 has also ability where the first few bullets shoot faster and then the fire rate will slow down. That has a good point for the recoil because it will become a little bit more stable, but the bad point is that, of course, the amount of bullets you're putting down range is less, so you can do less damage essentially, and then you don't really want to be using a weapon like this, a submachine gun, on burst fire. It's kind of like the HBR A3 assault rifle, which does a similar thing, so you don't really want to be burst firing a submachine gun. As I said, KF5 is much better at long range, and the ASM1 is better at close range, and the ASM1 is actually one of those weapons I don't have any elite variants for yet, and so hopefully I can get on those soon, and I'll probably like this weapon a lot more. But especially now I have both the elite KF5 variants, the breakneck and the spanner. I've no real reason to use the ASM1, and because those are variants on the spanner and the breakneck, those are absolutely amazing. It's got, the spanner has a low fire rate, so it's really good at long range, and the breakneck has a massive rate of fire, so it just churns out bullets. It pretty much outclasses the ASM1 in every way. If you've got both of the variants, or at least one of the variants of the KF5, you'll probably want to stick to that one, and but at this point I'm probably going to stick to the KF5. But let me know what your thoughts are on the SMGs. Which one do you like to use? Maybe don't use the KF5 or the ASM1 at all, maybe use a different one. The MP11 is pretty good, the SN6 is also pretty good, I've heard, but in general the assault rifles are still even way better than the submachine guns. They still outmatch them in most situations, to be honest, and I feel like the submachine guns could still do with a little bit more of their power increase. So hopefully they'll get probably a buff in the coming future, and my personal preference is still probably an AR if I had to pick one. So this is a commentary talking about the new ASM1, how it's changed with the new patch, and kind of the SMGs, how they work. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like rating, make sure to subscribe for more Advanced Warfare videos on this channel, and I will see you guys later.